Support.
The maestro, please!
Starting to slow down a bit, I guess, as we do every year, because nobody wants to compete with all the Christmas albums. This'll be for the week of
December 12th, 2020.
On this day in music back in 1961, the soundtrack to the movie Blue Hawaii by Elvis Presley got to #1 and stayed there for 20 weeks, becoming the second most popular soundtrack of the 1960s, the first being West Side Story. I know we just did a Piano Guys album last week, and I know this one isn't even new, coming out back in 2013, but to be fair, none of the songs on this album appear on the pseudo compilation album. Now, we could argue whether this is a Christmas album or not. I mean, it's a movie soundtrack, but Home Alone is set around the Christmas season, so I guess we would call this a Christmas movie soundtrack.
Don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing.
Ultimate Sinatra holding out strong, being the last remaining non-Christmas album in the top 5, despite being surrounded by other Christmas albums.
Singing.
I was originally quite surprised to see this on the rock charts, especially considering that Prisoner, one of the main singles from the album, is very much not rock. After listening through it, though, a lot of the songs are indeed rock, and in fact, Miley Cyrus makes a fantastic rock artist. I arguably like her rock songs better than her pop songs. I'm not surprised that Mariah Carey's Merry Christmas got back into the top 5 of the R&B and hip-hop charts. It does every year. What's more surprising is directly above that is Nat King Cole's The Christmas Song, which again, not surprised that it's getting up there. I am surprised it's above Merry Christmas though, and we'll see how long it stays that way. We actually had 2 new albums pop up in the chart, given nowhere near the top 5. So I need you to listen to the following albums. Listen to Coil's Music to Play in the Dark, and listen to Studio Killer's eponymous album, so you can get them up there so we can talk about them.
And now I need some help from the maestro, please!
I'm actually curious to see if we end up still talking about this album next year.
Such an imposition's for you.
While there are no officially reported samples, if you listen closely, you might hear Mac Miller's 2009 in Off the Table, and Aaliyah's 1 in a Million in West Side. In an interview that BTS did with Sirius XM Hits 1, RM explained that the title B is based around the idea of existence and being in the moment. Apparently in Korea, when they learn English grammar, one of the first things they learn is be and its various conjugations. I know I mentioned Prisoner when I was talking about whether this album was rock or not, but I want to bring it up again. Not the rock album, but the song Prisoner. If you listen to it very closely, you can hear an interpolation of Olivia Newton-John's Physical. I'm not surprised this got to #1, especially considering the lead single off of this album, Dakati, got to #1 in the Billboard Global 200, which is a chart that tabulates all of the music sales from around the world as opposed to just those of the US. Well, we haven't talked about a Christmas album in the top 5 yet. We'll see if it happens next week. Michael Bublé's Christmas is at #6, and Nat King Cole and Mariah Carey are not far off behind. Although I guess last year we didn't talk about their stuff until January anyway.
And now I need some help from the maestro, please! Maestro!